Jimmy Kimmel has a meltdown after he gets destroyed by Sylvester Stallone. This is coming from the channel Think About It, and it's a suggestion via a channel member. Let's check it out. Let's go jump into this immediately, guys.
Supposed to be a victory lap for Sylvester Stallone and his fans turned into a late-night sucker punch. Stallone rarely graces late-night TV, so his appearance was supposed to be a red carpet moment. Instead, it felt more like a booby-trapped jungle straight out of Rambo. Why? Because allegedly the host pressured ABC to cancel Stallone's booking over political disagreements. Forget professionalism, they turned it into a live roast of Stallone's legacy. Too bad it backfired harder than a bad sequel. Fans weren't having it. Social media exploded with hashtags like Cancel Kimmel and Respect Stallone, making it clear they weren't about to let this slide.
I mean, guys, they both have gigantic fan bases.
Disrespecting Stallone is career suicide, one tweet read, and it wasn't far off. Clips of the segment spread faster than a Rocky montage, with fans calling out the host's antics as mean-spirited and emblematic of everything wrong with Hollywood. Stallone, a symbol of resilience and respect, stood in stark contrast to the petty potshots hurled his way. But before we get started with this whole drama, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the latest news surrounding Hollywood. In Hollywood, where
And again, guys, the name of the channel is Think About It.
reputations are built as quickly as they crumble, one actor's quiet defiance is making waves. Sylvester Stallone, a man who's spent decades embodying grit and resilience, has found himself in the center of an unexpected battle. Not in the ring, but against one of late-night television's most polarizing figures, Jimmy Kimmel. This isn't just a spat between a star and a host. It's a flashpoint in a much larger story about shifting power dynamics in the entertainment world.
Remember the Academy Awards? I said how he's the worst host in the history of the Academy Awards. And this stupid guy goes up, and just before the Best Picture of the Year, the show is almost over. They're waiting for the Best Picture of the Year. He gets up and he says, and his wife said, please don't do it. His manager said, don't do it. I have to do it. He goes out and reads my truth. And it said basically, he is the worst host of the history. He reads the whole thing.
He's confusing me with one of his sons again.
Okay. Wow. Listen, a good amount of the people that we grew up kind of, seeing on a lot of these late night shows have absolutely turned out to be biased in a way that is crazy, guys. I mean, if you go back even maybe 20, 30 years, you'll kind of realize that a lot of these people had everyone on. Regardless of political ideology, there was always someone on a lot of these late night TV shows. It's the reason why there's so many clips floating around the internet from all these super famous old school celebrities, guys. No one cared. We were able to actually sit down at the same table with different political ideologies and go on about our day. All right. We need to definitely kind of escape the echo chamber, bro.
Do you think he's flirting with me? What is this?
No, he's
When
not.
I die, I would like that to be the clip they play at the Emmys in memoriam montage. He even worked my wife in there. Should I be worried that Trump has mentioned my wife more times at his rallies this year than his own?
What started as a canceled talk show appearance has unraveled into a cautionary tale for legacy media, forcing us to ask, in an era of podcasts and platforms that thrive on authenticity, who really holds the upper hand? Hollywood or the stars it helped create? Hollywood has always been a place of glitz, glamour, and the occasional public feud. But when Sylvester Stallone, the face of cinematic resilience, goes toe-to-toe with Jimmy Kimmel, late-night TV's resident provocateur, things get spicier than a reality show reunion. The fallout from this high-profile spat has left fans, networks, and executives reeling. Stallone has built a career on determination, grit, and standing up to insurmountable odds. So when it was announced that he would appear on Jimmy Kimmel Live to discuss his latest ventures, including The Family Stallone and The Tulsa King, fans were excited to see two icons of entertainment worlds collide. Enter Jimmy Kimmel. Known for his sharp tongue and polarizing jokes, Kimmel has carved out his niche as a late-night host who doesn't shy away from controversy. But sometimes, that edge cuts too deep. Kimmel reportedly took some potshots at Stallone during a recent episode, mocking him in a way that fans found disrespectful.
When I did Rocky, if you remember, the first image was a picture of Jesus, and it says Resurrection AC Club. I found a church that had been converted to a boxing ring. So the image pans down from Jesus onto Rocky being hit. And at that moment, he was a chosen person, and that's how I began the journey. Something was going to happen. This man was going to go through a metamorphosis and change lives, just like President Trump.
Guys, what's interesting about that is I've watched Rocky a whole lot. I recently introduced Rocky to my wife even. right? And I never in my life heard that or even thought about what he just said here. So now I'm going to have to probably rewatch that. There probably is a lot of other like symbolism within that movie film that I have not encountered.
And I'll just say this, and I mean it. When George Washington defended his country, he had no idea that he was going to change the world. Because without him, you can imagine what the world would look like. Guess what? We got the second George Washington. Congratulations!
I guess those punches Rocky took to the head were real after all. George Washington was the father of our country. Donald Trump is the father of Eric. Big difference there. After Stallone, it was Golf Clubber Lang's turn at the podium. You know, I keep wondering when this bromance between Trump and Elon Musk is going to blow up like a SpaceX rocket. But for now, at least, it appears to be going strong.
If that wasn't enough, rumors began swirling that Kimmel personally pressured ABC to cancel Stallone's scheduled appearance. Stallone, who has gone toe-to-toe with Soviet boxers and jungle gorillas on screen, found himself barred from the late-night stage. If Kimmel was hoping for a quiet fallout, he was in for a rude awakening. The decision to snub Stallone didn't sit well with anyone. Not fans, not ABC's executives, and certainly not Stallone himself. Fans quickly took to social media to call out the disrespect. The ratings for Jimmy Kimmel Live, they plummeted faster than a villain in a Rocky movie after the final round. Realizing their mistake, Kimmel and ABC reached out to Stallone with what can only be described as an apology on steroids. They promised a rescheduled appearance, complete with assurances that Stallone would have complete freedom to speak his mind. Stallone's response? A firm, resounding
that's going to be a no.
The actor, along with his agent and management team, saw through what they called a desperate attempt to salvage ratings. Stallone made it clear that he wouldn't be a pawn in anyone's PR strategy.
Good.
He wasn't just turning down
Leave this man alone.
on the offer. He was sending a message. Respect isn't negotiable.
Well, I just got a review,
Absolutely
and
not.
has there ever been a worse host than Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars? His opening was that of a less than average person trying too hard to be something which he is not and never can be. Get rid of Kimmel and perhaps replace him with another washed up but cheap ABC talent, George Slopanopoulos. He would make everybody on stage look bigger, stronger, and more glamorous, make America great again.
This isn't Kimmel's first brush with controversy. Known for his sharp critiques and political jabs, Kimmel has long walked a fine line between humor and alienation.
Jimmy Kimmel's a loser. I do Jimmy Kimmel. I did him a lot.
Yeah.
And he'd be standing on the sidewalk.
What happened?
Oh, sir, may I bring you in? He'd bring me in every time. The whole show is talking bad about Trump.
He called us doofuses when we had you on.
He's a group of doofuses in flat-brimmed hats.
Guess what? We
Ask
did
him how
5x
many-
what he did. We did
Ask him.
5x
Yeah,
of
you
these.
do bigger. Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. His show's dying.
While some appreciate his candor, others argue he's alienating audience.
Bro, a lot of these shows are dying. A lot of them are. Like, compared to what some YouTube channels are doing, like on a monthly basis in terms of like viewership, bro, it's time for you guys to go because it's pitiful. Absolutely. Okay. Specifically, if you're going to do it like this, like, I mean, again, at one time things were moderately even and we could have conversations and things like that, guys. But they are trying to force their way out of existence.
With his increasingly divisive commentary. Unlike his late-night counterparts, such as Jimmy Fallon, who sticks to goofy games and celebrity karaoke.
Right, just keep it
Kimmel
like
often
that.
dives headfirst into heated topics. For some viewers, this is refreshing. For others, it's a turnoff. And in this case, targeting Stallone seemed like a miscalculated move.
After the fight, Trump loaded the whole grab him by the posse onto his plane. There's a lot going on in this photograph. This is like the Last Supper, but everyone is Judas. Health czar RFK with a quarter pounder with cheese, 10 McNuggets, a large fries, and a Coke. That's what they call a farm-to-toilet meal. Only Donald Trump would force his new health czar to eat McDonald's, and that's what he does. These are subservience tests he gives. Mike Johnson has to go to a fight. RFK has to eat McDonald's. Matt Gaetz has to date a woman he didn't pay. It's all very...
If there's one thing Disney doesn't need right now, it's more controversy. The entertainment giant, which owns ABC, has been struggling with declining viewership across its platforms. Kimmel's antics have only added fuel to the fire. Behind the scenes, Disney executives, including CEO Bob Iger, are reportedly rethinking Kimmel's future with the network. Whispers of replacing Kimmel or nudging him to step down when his contract expires in 2026 have grown louder. Kimmel himself has hinted at stepping away from late-night hosting, but at this rate, the decision might not be his to make. The Stallone debacle has exposed deeper cracks in the late-night format. As traditional TV struggles to keep up with podcasts, streaming, and social media, the audience for late-night talk shows is shrinking. For many viewers, the drama between Kimmel and Stallone is just another reminder of why they're turning to alternative platforms. For Stallone, this isn't just about a canceled appearance, it's about principle. In a world where actors often bow to industry pressures, Stallone's refusal to return to Kimmel's show is a rare act of defiance. Instead of playing by Hollywood's rules, Stallone is rewriting them. Rather than engaging with legacy media, Stallone is choosing platforms that align with his values. He's appeared on podcasts like The Joe Rogan Experience and Gret Gutfeld's Show, where he can have unfiltered, genuine conversations with audiences who appreciate his authenticity. This move highlights a broader trend. Hollywood's biggest names are increasingly turning their backs on traditional media. Platforms like podcasts and YouTube offer a level of freedom and connection that late-night TV simply can't match. Stallone isn't the only actor making waves. Zachary Levi and others with differing political views have also distanced themselves from mainstream outlets. The days of relying solely on legacy media to reach audiences are over. Instead, actors and public figures are embracing platforms that allow for candid conversations and direct fan engagement. For Kimmel, this is a wake-up call. For Stallone, it's a victory lap. And for the entertainment industry, it's a sign that the times are changing. In true Rocky fashion, Stallone has emerged victorious. Not because he threw punches, but because he refused to play a rigged game. His stand against Kimmel and the Hollywood establishment is a testament to his character, both on-screen and off. As legacy media continues to lose its grip, one thing is clear. The future of entertainment belongs to those who dare to step outside the bubble. And if Stallone's career has taught us anything, it's that resilience always wins. So here's to Sly, the underdog, who just delivered another knockout. If you guys liked today's video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you.
All right, guys. And again, the name of the channel is Think About It. Now, here's the thing. I'll give you my opinion here. I'm not sure Kimmel is even going to understand exactly, what the issue is here. Because for him and within his circle, he's completely, within his rights, basically, to do exactly as he's doing. Continue dunking on people. Now, in terms of, like, the First Amendment, I think it's pretty fine. But you can't now expect for people to want to go to your show after you have done these things, let's say, and said these things. Like, why would you want to sit down with him? How do you even have an adequate conversation at all? I just cannot wait to get back to some type of civility, guys. I mean, that's just kind of where I'm at. I've always been there. But I do think most of us, depending on age, obviously, the age group, because what I've noticed is when you're between, like, I don't know, bro, 16 to 30, right? You're young. You don't know a single thing, right? But you tend to lean one direction. And then when you get a family and you actually have to start living life like an adult, you then start moving a different direction. And then by the time you get to the point where you're about to retire, you're in your late 50s, 60s, you then flip another direction, or you may go further to a specific direction. Guys, everything comes in stages. So we just need to be able to sit here and have conversations. And that's basically where I am, guys, on this here. That is it. But either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. The fact that you just made it to the end of the video says a whole lot, actually. We have a couple other channels. Mr. L. Boyd Music, Mr. L. Boyd Movie Reacts, along with Mr. L. Boyd Discusses, where I just generally speak about the things that specifically matter to me. But in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later.